I'm standing at a Noida golf course and I'm here to find out more about why golf has been becoming popular among people from all ages over the last couple of years. It has been said that specifically during the coronavirus pandemic, which started in 2020 when no other sport could be played, golf really stood out because it's a sport that has social distance built into it. There have been people who have taken up golf not just professionally, but as an activity that they can do with friends or even family. So we had to find out more about this sport and more about why people are taking this up and what keeps them going while playing this golf. Hi, please tell us your names.
Zara, Zana.
How old are you guys?
6.
And how long have you been playing?
6 or 7 days.
6 or 7 days. What do you like about this sport?
What do I like about?
Golf.
I like that the ball goes flying up into the sky.
What do you like?
I like that it goes in the air. It's funny.
While there has always been a section of those who have been introduced to golf at a young age and have eventually taken it up professionally. Hi Dhruv. So tell us, when did this journey start for you?
So it all started with my dad. He is a avid golfer and he is pretty good at it. So I used to tag along with him when he used to go on the golf course.
Right.
So slowly I developed a knack for golf as well as other sports. He is in the army, so I got access to play multiple sports. But golf kind of left an impression on me because it is a game which you are at constant battle with yourself and every day is a new day. So here I am.
But golf is no longer restricted to a few. For some parents, it is a great way to spend time with their children.
Definitely, like, why women? I think for everybody, that's the best thing I started enjoying in golf, that you see little kids, you see old people, everybody is enjoying. If you're not into like a competitive game, it's fun, like enjoying the nature, being in the greens. What else do you want in life? So, and yeah, my son plays golf, and whenever he agrees to play with me, it's like a perfect moment for me because we both can bond, and he's very happy about me playing golf with him, and I think he's very proud of me also for that.
So I actually started golf in November 2019. My dad actually retired during that time and he had nothing to do, and he was just looking for options to start something. So he just asked me to come on and help him at the range. I went with him. I just picked up a club and hit a shot, and it just came out very well. And that's the sound that kind of attracted me to this game, and I'm still searching for that same sound to come again, and that's what my chase has been. So since that day I picked up this sport, and I would call if I'm addicted to this sport now, and I'm pretty much on the course and trying to improve my game every day. So that's how the journey has started. So it's been about 2.5 years.
So you mentioned that you came here for the first time with your dad, right?
Yeah.
Would you call it something like a bonding moment for you guys as well, or like something that you can do together, probably as a family or something like that?
Yeah. So I have a very interesting story on that. Basically, my dad, as I said, my dad is who came first to the range to pick up this sport, and I got onto it. It has definitely become a very family sport because my son also started playing this game now. And all three of us are on the course at the same time, so it's a very family moment which is on the course as well as outside, and it's a very common discussion that we have on the dinner table is what we did on the course for that day, so it's pretty exciting.
From Noida to Gurugram, with more people picking up the sport, there has been a steady increase in the number of driving ranges and golf courses across the National Capital Region.
So the easiest is Google. People started Googling out what is the option. When the people thought of golf, the first barrier that comes to your mind is, oh my god, it can be an expensive game. On that note, I can say that all the ranges, not only Skyline Golf, there are other ranges in the town, there are other ranges in the other towns. So that has come to a level where they have made this game affordable and reachable. When they came in, they asked for a prices, they checked the prices. The best point was this is an economical. So I would say, I would grade and I would explain it like a manner. A 700 rupee is the price that somebody pays for it. It's almost equivalent to a movie ticket. So one day movie ticket is equal to a golf game. So
Right.
that is one thing which helped us. When lockdown happened, corporates were shut. They didn't had anything. So primarily the travel also cut down.
Right.
When you're traveling, you don't have that much of time. When they are at home, so they felt of an option. When the option is golf, they had one thing which is in the head is clear that they can go at their convenience. We are open 6 in the morning, we shut down by 9 p.m. So a lot of big window.
So Arjun, tell us where did this idea of opening a driving range come up in Gurgaon, and how has the journey been like?
So the idea started sometime around the October of 2020,
Right.
where I got a call from one of my current partners, and we didn't know each other, and he wanted to do something around golf, and I was always in the industry for a long amount of time. Started as a player, then moved on to a coach, and then also had a vision of having an academy my certain way. So that's how the plan started. It's October 2020, and then we started planning on how we wanted to do and what we wanted to do. We wanted to definitely do something that was kind of missing in the golfing industry in
Right.
India, especially where practice is concerned. So the idea of a driving range came in. So the vision was always towards improving the quality of golf played across all skill levels, be it a professional or a junior or a beginner or a club golfer. One, and the second thing was obviously a lot of inclusion, not to make it like an exclusive sport,
Right.
the way it is kind of perceived right now. So our idea and vision started with Gurgaon being a hub in the sense of so many MNCs here, a lot of people, a lot of expats living as well, a lot of people who can who have the aspirations of playing golf and kind of even afford it a little bit. So that was the reason that we thought, and that is so we started work sometime around the January 2021, and we opened in 2021, and we opened in around October 2021. So this is not a usual driving range. So it is a driving range. So our tagline goes like a driving range that feels like a golf course.
Right.
What that means is, so conventional driving ranges are basically flat pieces of land with some nets on the side. So it's like a typical cricket net system that people do. But our vision was basically not to do the conventional one, because a golf you practice on a driving range to get onto a golf course, and
Right.
a golf course is never flat and has nets on the side. So it has got a lot of features. It's got slopes, it's got greens, it's got bunkers, it's got roughs on the side. So to somehow reduce the gap between a driving range and a golf course, so that the views remain similar.
Golf is more than just a sport. It's a way to bond with family, make new friends, and network.
So Anupam, how long have you been playing golf, and how did it start for you?
So for me, it's been about 3-4 years.
Yeah.
It all started, I'd gone to visit one of my friends who's in army, and he just took us out to his army course there in the camp. And there it all started, and then I thought, it's a good game to start with. And then I came back to Delhi, and somewhere I was trying to see, what's the way we have to start, because the usual impression with golf is that it's an expensive game to have. And then gradually, I first, because I had started with an army course, I tried to see if, those defense courses are available. And, I started with the race course, then we have a Hindon golf course here close by. Started there, gradually. So that's how I started learning. I found a couple of ranges around. And then, gradually I started seeing that now what's the way forward.
Probably it's just an impression that has always existed with golf, that like you said, we do meet people. It is a sport which in a good way can also be played by yourself, but also it
Right.
can be played with a lot of
Yes.
people as well.
Yes.
So has it ever happened that let's say you've met people here and it has turned into, let's say, a lunch, or eventually something that has moved ahead, not just beyond,
Many
let's say,
times,
the course?
many times. We have this saying on the golf course that we'll meet on the 19th hole. So we have a 18-hole golf course.
Right.
The 19th hole is basically the bar of the golf club.
Right.
So usually the people you play, whether you're friends or you're not, you usually end up having a drink with them, and that's
Right.
how the connection then eventually connects, and you move on, and you. So if it's a good connection, you would like to play again. It took us time to also realize that we both are good golfers, or trying to be good golfers, and I think with time we both have started meeting more often on the golf course, on different games, different practice sessions, and also post golf course, which was not the case when we just knew each other staying across the road. Arpit, you'd like to?
Yeah, so basically, so he's right. So what it's been more socializing on the golf course now with him, and that's how we've become close due to golf. With Rahul, I got introduced with him as a coach. I requested him that if he can help me with the game, and it was very kind of him to get me on board, and I could work with him. But then this developed into a friendship, and Anupam was also a common friend to Rahul, and now it's like the gang. We called it the Boys Zone gang, which is three of us are chilling on the golf course, or we are outside discussing things. And it's a good brainstorming sessions also that we have. We talk about a lot of other things, just not golf, just in general about life. So that perspective changes, and definitely golf is a gluing factor to this friendship, and we would like to keep it going. And yeah, Rahul.
So so this whole friendship has actually come about because of golf, and it's been very interesting for me also, because I've had a journey of professional golf and playing competitive golf for about 12-13 years, and post that I got into coaching and actually ended up making new friends, and it helps me also as a person, because individually I was only in the world of golf, and now suddenly I have new friends.
Now 64.
Okay.
So at this stage of starting this game was little challenge for me, in the sense when I started this game I had a foot problem.
Okay.
My knee, arch became flat, so there was hardly I could walk only. And then one of my friend, I used to go for yoga, she said, Anita, you come in golf, you play golf. I said, golf nahi main khelna, I am a tennis type person,
Golf has gained popularity across different age groups, and the fact that it has become easily accessible is only ensuring more followers.
A lot more younger people taking up the sport. I think it's been a combination of two things. One is the fact that golf has become more in the light. It's come more in the light. People have started seeing the sport as something that they can do. The perception to a large extent has changed because of I think professional golfers. So we see the genre of people who are playing on tour in the PGA. They've become younger, fitter, and that's one part of the perception that has it helped change that perception in India. The other thing is also in terms of accessibility. So let's say a facility like Skyline being in the city has encouraged people to sort of come out. Otherwise, most of the courses, barring DLF, which is like it's a very premium property, they charge a lot of money. Other courses are out of the city. So they're closer, let's say, to Manesar side. So it's a little far. But this is nice because they can come in the middle of the week, in the evenings or the mornings, come practice a little bit. So that accessibility has encouraged the sport as well.
So like now, when almost 5 years back, and one of my friends, she used to play, so she inspired me to play. And like 5 years back, now my kids are grown up, I had time. So when I again tried to hit the balls, and I actually got hooked to hitting the balls on the range. So that's how I started playing golf.
So do you come alone या आप group में आते हो क्या है?
See, golf is a very good game. If you want to come alone,
right,
you can come alone. And if you're in a group, it's good to be in a group.
Right.
So mostly now, because I've been playing, so I know people, so we make our group and come. But if I'm bored or something, I come alone also.
Okay.
At times it's good to come alone because you need to practice, you need to see your swing and thing. But it's such a good game that you don't need people to be with you.
So do you think कोई special advantage है for women in golf कि this quality or this aspect of the sport really works for women?
See, golf is such a beautiful game that you can start playing it at any age.
Right.
So there's no age bar to and there are many beauties of the golf which I can explain. So after you have, like, for a woman like me who has served her family and her business and things, this comes as a very refreshing stuff to be entering into your life, and it gives a different kind of perspective and different kind of substance to your life.
Right.
And its beauty about this is that there's no age bar. In our 4 ball, there's a person who's 80, there'll be a young person who'll be like 20s, and I'm 50 almost, and we all, everybody, every age, no age bar, no gender bar.
So tell us how it has been, like in terms of you've played professionally for India, then you've been coaching, and what's the difference between playing professionally, coaching, and if somebody's taking up golf as a leisure activity?
So I think that all these three things are quite different from one another. Of course, playing professionally and coaching, both are completely different spectrums. Being on the field and helping someone from the outside of the sport to be able to help them on the inside of the sport are two different things. And it's also taken me a while to sort of understand that as a person. And playing golf as a leisure activity, I feel is it's a much more funner thing to do. It's you could actually use this as an activity where family gets together, as friends can get together, and it can be a really fun place not only to develop a skill, but also this is a great sport because you can actually play this till the time you can actually walk. So about 75, 80, 90, a lot of people that I know who have actually played golf till the age of 95, 98 in fact. So as such, the game in itself, to play as a leisure activity, if you can walk, you could go around the golf course anywhere across the world and be able to enjoy it.
This is Noida, and I have also heard that there are a lot of other golf courses coming up, private ones, and then you have a new golf course that Noida Authority is building. There are a lot of golf courses even in Gurgaon. So do you think that once you move away from something like Delhi, you come to Noida or Gurgaon, do you think it becomes more accessible to people? Golf as a sport becomes more accessible to people because probably also that there is this sense that there's space for more greener spaces, like let's say a golf course.
Right.
Does it help that these cities have more spaces to build golf courses like this?
Right. I think I think Delhi as being the capital of the country is of course it's almost closed. There are just too many buildings and infrastructure. There's probably a few parks here and there, and probably the older setting golf course like a Delhi Golf Club, which has already been existing for a very, very long time. So anything new that comes up, I think always comes up on the outskirts of Delhi, and in fact now you are seeing that a lot of golf courses, driving ranges are coming up not only in Noida and Gurgaon, but also on the outskirts of Noida and Gurgaon. And although yes, it becomes a 1.5-2 hour drive for most of the people from different parts of the city, but it still works out very, very well because going outskirts for the developers is making sense because the land costs are low, and also as I said, golf requires a lot of land space, so it all sort of works in favor. Yes, definitely infrastructurally it is an issue that we can't have one in the middle of the city, but at the same time the number of people that are growing in Noida and Gurgaon, I think the private driving ranges as well as the private courses are helping to develop the sport a lot more.
Lockdown during the pandemic didn't deter those who wish to pursue the sport professionally.
लॉकडाउन के वक्त तो पीछे पार्क पे नेट वेट लगा के उस पे हिटिंग.
अच्छा, so आपको मतलब do you want to take it up professionally बाद में? You do?
Yeah.
Okay. And आप coaching भी लेते हो, classes भी होती है आपकी? Noida and Gurgaon has contributed considerably to the development of golf. These suburbs have a lot of new golf courses and driving ranges coming up, which help people to come and play this sport. And it's no longer restricted to rich old retired men who play this sport for us that has worked out in movies. A lot of people, from housewives to school children to older people to young corporate honchos, are taking up this sport, and it's a sport where they can play solo, they can play with teams, or it can become a whole social event where they also make friends or new business associates. For more such stories, do keep watching The Print. This is Tina Das with Pooja TV.